Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoyim La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rahakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who were well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan the Waf just coming at you with another quick lesson. Praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. One of those being slow to anger lessons, man. Let me grab that scripture real quick, because you got another idiot at a fast food restaurant, and these people be bugging out at these restaurants, man. I know it's a stressful job. I worked fast food before, but still, you got to be able to control your damn self. Okay, but this is Proverbs 16:32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh the city. So, this article right here. Fired Taco Bell employee allegedly returns to gun down his father. Was a father of 7, senseless. Sent the New York Post. A disgruntled Taco Bell employee returned to his old workplace to gun down his manager, a father of 7, a day after he was fired, according to the authorities. Now, we just had a situation here in Michigan. Me and the brother, the beloved brother Allah, he went and found, he pulled up the receipts on this one chick that stabbed up the McDonald's manager here, and she just started going to trial as of this past week. Well, yeah, that was a gruesome little setup too. Broad daylight. She went home. She had time to think the shit through, because she said she was at the park, and she came back with that with that butcher knife, man. She was claiming that the manager was a bully, which she probably could have been, but still, that ain't no excuse. You still have to control your spirit, man. Okay, and of course we know that people been jumping through damn drive-thrus, jumping over counters. They acting a goddamn fool over mayo, extra goddamn barbecue sauce, mac sauce, whatever, man. These people just the food. I don't know, man. It might be something in that food. I really don't know, man. I haven't eaten fast food, man, in so long. I wouldn't dare, man. I would have to be in dire straits, man, to really even fuck with what would be considered to be lawful. A damn chicken sandwich or something there, or a damn beef burger. Something that's actually lawful for us to actually eat. I would want to take the chance, man, because a lot of that shit is not real food, man. But anyway, and I used to work at a Taco Bell. I used to be a manager at a Taco Bell way back when I was a kid. I was young as hell. I don't know, I was a hard worker. They gave me the position and shit, when I was young as shit. But I remember that meat, and at the time I was a vegetarian too, so I never did eat the meat. But I can remember how sloppy it looked, because it used to come in bags, and you boil that shit, and then you hit it across the top with the scissors, and you pour it over into the pan. And I can just remember how sloppy it looked, and the sound of it plopping into the bottom of that pan. You know what I'm saying? So Taco Bell, nah, I wouldn't. Nah, hell no. Anyway, let's get some more into it. Okay, so this guy's 21. He shot his manager, Ryan Johnson, in the parking lot of the Cincinnati Taco Bell. A lot going on in Ohio these days. Leaving the family man to die in the parking lot. They are devastated by this, assistant prosecutor said in the court on Thursday of the murder. Okay, he had a large family. Damn, hey, having 7 kids, man, working at the Bell, boy. Shit, damn. Yeah, life is stressful, man, in certain ways. You don't have this truth. You don't have Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. A person is capable of anything, man. That's why we say to watch and pray. The scripture says to pray without ceasing. It also says to walk circumspectly out here, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. You could have been at a place. These people be bugging the fuck out wherever they are these days, man. It's just you can be anywhere and shit can jump off. Says it wasn't immediately clear why Morris was fired the day before. Probably for fucking being late every goddamn day. Probably in a damn walk-in freezer smoking a damn blunt or something. But the manager was on break when he was shot. Responding cops found Johnson in the Taco Bell parking lot just after midnight with multiple gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Damn, they requested $2 million bond, with the murdered manager's family also begging for him to be kept behind bars without bail, which he should be. And if it's, if it wasn't no, which he, if he was fired, he shouldn't have been there. So I can't see no self-defense, on no level type of deal. Even though they could lean it towards that, oh, it was self-defense, whatever. He was defending himself. But if he was fired, he shouldn't have been on the property. He should have just tucked that L and went somewhere else and found him another damn job, But other than that, if he just, outright just, murdered this brother or this man, then he should be put to death, man, like the scripture says, But, this is America, man. Okay, so it says a municipal court judge set his bail at $500,000, saying he will be monitored 24/7 if ever released. Yeah, whatever. This is him right here, looking crazy as hell. You can see them lips. Ain't no telling what he been smoking on. Says he lives with his father and has a 1-year-old son. His public defender told the court, yeah, man, shit is hard out here, man. You not gonna really, can't afford shit, man, working on damn fast food restaurant, Even though they done kind of jacked up the prices some, they kind of giving, maybe 15, where they was supposedly, been given like $15 an hour at certain spots, but it didn't do nothing but, have Esau fire every damn body, and working the shit out of 1 or 2 people. You had a restaurant, full of people working, and then when they came up with that paying $15 an hour shit, Esau just got smart. You know what I'm saying? He's like, all right, well, I'm firing 4 you motherfuckers. You other 2, I'm gonna keep you, but you're gonna have to do the work of those 6. You know what I'm saying? Or they, automated a bunch of shit, but yeah, just being slow to anger. And we have to be like that too, you know what I'm saying? Because, we're living in some very evil times, because Esau, he does things to try and provoke Jake, man. That's one of his number one tools. He get the poking on you, you know what I'm saying? And expect you, and want the reaction to be seen as if you're the aggressor. So we have to be careful with stuff like that. That's like with that brother out in Canada, they had the gun pulled on him. Hey, he played it the perfect way, other than, letting that guy get that close to him. But, generally, hey, we go to camp, we're at peace, man. We're not arguing with nobody, man. If they don't get what we're saying, we just, we just continue on with our lesson. We don't even necessarily tell them to get up the block, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the times, just listen, man, because we're going to ignore your ass and we're going to continue on with the scriptures that we was bringing out. So, you have to just, keep calm and pray for that, you know what I'm saying? Because, hey, I'm not going to front. Shit, I'm still working on certain things as far as, anger. What the scripture says to be angry and sin not. Matter of fact, let's see if we can find that one. And that's something that you have to work on, because I know the beloved brother out in Kansas City, GMS, he goes into it all the time as far as and he explains it well, like Jake don't have fathers in the home, which I'm not sure what's going on with this guy and his dad, but generally these fathers, if they are in the homes these days, they're not, you're supposed to train up a child in the way that should go, according to the scriptures. You're supposed to be teaching them scripturally how to live, not just, a nigga in the house and you a man and he's seeing you being a man, but he's seeing you do all the most fucked up shit. That's not helping him. You're supposed to be teaching him from these scriptures, and our people are not being taught from these scriptures. That's why you see so much wild shit from them. They're just wild bulls in a net. Yep, Ephesians 4:26. Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. Which that's what happened with this guy. Had he knew this scripture and he'd applied this scripture, he wouldn't have let the sun go down with that type of wrath on him. He would have just been like, you know what? I'm going to chalk this shit up as a loss. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And this is what the scripture says, and I'm going to stick to the scriptures. And that would have saved him from this stupid shit that he's about to go through. Because they're going to put him through the ringer. And I'm not sure if you know, Ohio have, you know, capital punishment or whatever the case may be. Either way, you know, you're going to have enough, they're going to give you enough time when your ass is sitting there when the missiles come, you know. When the Lord comes and crack through them skies, you're going to be in a damn hot-ass jail cell. Because, you know, I've been saying it. It's going to be a lot of people that's in them prison cells when the Lord, when the missiles hit this place, their asses is going to be cooked in those little hot-ass ovens. Grabbing onto those bars, man, on some Terminator shit. What was her name? Miss Connors. When her damn bones disintegrated, she was grabbing onto that fence in the playground. It's going to be some Jake in there grabbing onto them hot-ass bars like that when shit hits the fans, because them guards, they're going to leave their asses in there, if anything. They're going to be trying to escape. And them little boxes that they in going to turn into complete goddamn microwaves. Some of them going to be sitting on them little tin-ass toilets. You know, they got them little, them little metal-ass toilets, the metal fucking sinks. Gonna cook their asses in there, man. So that, you know, come on, bro. Last place you want to be in these last days is in a fucking prison cell. You already in prison, being here in the Americas in general, an open air prison. Here you go, you in jail and prison/prison. Come on, bro. Again, Ephesians 4:26, be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. See? There's nothing wrong with being angry, but that's where you go to the Lord. You know, you speak to the Lord on that, man. You cast that to the Lord, like, the Lord, well, hey, you know, I don't like how things went down. I don't like how I was treated. Whatever. Hey, take it to the Lord. But you said to not to let my wrath, you know, not let the sun go down on my wrath. So, you know, I'm praying that you will help me to calm the hell down and ease, you know, because the Lord, he'll help you with that. You know what I'm saying? If you're sincere. Because certain things that people be doing, man, yeah, it'll piss you off, and you'll wake up the next morning with that shit on your mind. And a lot of the times, it'd be even worse then. I've been there. Like, I forgot, I couldn't even, you know, certain night couldn't even sleep, bro. Thinking about a motherfucker. Can't wait to get the fuck up and get at this nigga tomorrow, man. You know, but you gotta, you know, coming into this truth, you have to just let the Lord, because the Lord, what the Lord say? He said, vengeance is his. Let me see. Because, see, when you get out here and trying to avenge yourself, you're just going to get yourself in trouble. You know? The Lord going to have vengeance on your ass, too. Let me see which one. Let's get this one. Romans 12:19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. See that? For it is written, vengeance is mine. I will repay, saith the Lord. So if you trying to do what the Lord said he going to do, you trying to repay when he telling you, no, I'm going to repay, vengeance is mine, you going to get yourself in some, he going to pull some vengeance on your ass too. That's very important to know, man. So, you know, and let me grab another one. And I'll end out. I didn't want to keep this long anyway. I just seen that, like, hey, Jake be going berserk, man. Over silly shit, like a job at Taco Bell, nigga. Whatever you was fired. I mean, it may not even been over the. Well, who knows? The firing. It could have been the shit that was said, or the shit. You know, that's why the scriptures talks about giving a soft answer as well. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Proverbs 15, I think. Yep, 15:1. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger, and that's probably what went down. You know, he probably fired the guy and was talking shit while he was firing him. You know, you have to be, you know, even, you know, I've been let go from plenty of jobs. But, you know, when you letting somebody go as a manager, you know, you want to smooth that shit over. Just smoothly tell them, you know, hey, well, you know, it's, you can't just be, you know, saying all kinds of crazy shit to a person. You know, people are already on edge anyway, because, you know, people don't, you know, even if you're saying it nicely, they're not going to take it very well anyway, not these days anyway, you know, but if you adding on talking shit with it, yeah, motherfucker might come back, man. Motherfucker might come back. I'm telling you, like that lady with the knife, the butcher knife, she jugged that lady up broad day. She came back to the job where that bitch was on her shift, eased into the, and was jugging her ass, and jugged her ass up. Right in the McDonald's, man. And a lot of that has been going on as of late, man. So, There was one more that I wanted to get. That anger resteth in the bosom of fools. Yeah, Ecclesiastes 7 and 9. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. This fool, you know what I'm saying? He should have just stayed on at the house, man. You come up there with a gun. I mean, if anything, I mean, damn, you had that kind of beef with him, just knuckle him down. Shit, at least you going to jail. It would have just been for an ass whooping. You know, but here you go, now you up for murder. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even, suggesting the ass whooping, so don't get me wrong on that. But I'm saying, Jake is just so immature, man. Just no type of self-resolving skills. That's why, sometimes it's just best to just let Jake have it, man. Give it to him like, hey, you got it, bro. I'm not about to argue back and forth with you. You got it, bro. My bad. I'll take the L. You got it, bro. And just keep it moving and let the Lord get down on him, man. Throw your prayers up to the Lord. Throw a curse on his ass and keep it moving, man. But I'm gonna end out there. Yes, another one bites the dust. Just whatever he was smoking on, he gonna sober up quick. He gonna be in. Ain't no telling what's gonna go down. I wouldn't want to be there, man. I tell you that, man. All praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for keeping us from shit like this, man. So with that, pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwam Yashala in a bubble ball.